on, guys. So, man, oh man, this freaking episode of iZombie was crazy. We have so much to talk about, so let's just go ahead and jump right into it. First off, freaking Major and his new freaking Playboy bunny were just the whole damn episode. And I'm gonna tell you something, Major. I'm gonna tell you something. I think this is too good to be true, bro. This lady just freaking writes you a letter, and she's super cute, shows up to your door, and you guys are just banging like bunnies the whole time. But I'm gonna tell you why I think this is a freaking problem. I mean, congrats to you that you're getting something. Like, that's awesome. Because I know for a freaking point in your life, you thought nobody was ever gonna date you again because you were the freaking chaos killer. But, so congrats on that part. But what I'm gonna say is that freaking little video that she did of you, bro, that's some shady shit right there. She posted it somewhere on Tumblr or wherever she said she posted it, but I guarantee you that's gonna be some bullshit. Because I saw the previews to next week and she's taking some more selfies. This girl, I think you're being played, bro. I think this girl's got two intentions. One, she's actually maybe doing you a favor and she's showing the world that you're actually a really good guy and she's trying to clear your name by showing how lovable you are and fun and blah, blah, blah. Maybe she's doing that. Or secondly, which I think she's doing because I've met a lot of shitty girls in the world, but maybe I think she's using your crazy persona of bad perception for like a prank, or she's just trying to get some freaking, how do you say, publicity off of you, and they're like, oh my god, this girl's dating the chaos killer, like, oh my god, blah, 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 and maybe she's racking in some views or some bullshit like that. I'm saying, it's one of those two things, because I don't trust this girl. Also, did you know that she didn't freaking sing any of the damn Camp song? How you gonna bring up Camp and ask him if he knows the song, and you ain't gonna sing any of the song, girl, what's up? Or did Major say if he knew the song? Whatever, the point is, she freaking did not sing any of the song. Kind of a good camper is that when you don't remember your damn Camp song, and you have Major there singing and singing videos of him. Come on, girl. But seriously though, I do not trust that girl right now. I'm like, happy for you, Major. I'm glad you guys are the whole time. But dude, I think that girl's got some shadiness going on. Speaking of the new girl, we got to see Liv meet the new girl, and then we saw after the next scene when she's feeding the rats, she was feeling kind of weird about it, because it's always weird when you meet your freaking ex's new freaking girl or boy, however it goes for you. That just goes to show you that Liv and Major are meant to be together, but no! One's a zombie and one's a human, and that things can't go that way. I'm tired of these freaking rules that we have to live in this world because, oh, you're this person, I'm this person, we can't date. But to be fair, freaking Liv was trying to get her bounce chicka wow wow on this whole episode too, but her ex showed up, and I have to say was some of the best comedy gold in this freaking episode, seeing Liv make out with the ghost and have to talk to a ghost while she's freaking trying to bang her new boyfriend, but her old boyfriend, the ghost, is just chilling there. Like, there were so many awesome situations with that, and again, I just absolutely love this show for those kind of just weird situations that Liv has to be in because she's on zombie brains. Also, just gonna shout out to Liv for your nice choice in Sexy Time music, Liv. Freaking Dark Side of the Moon, when you were just talking about it. I don't know if you were just like, I just kind of want to listen to that, or maybe that's just on one of your playlists. Either way, shout out to you, but the main thing I want to talk about is, can we talk about freaking Peyton Dominatrix, Peyton style, like, oh my god. I mean, let's be real. Let's be real. Peyton has always been gorgeous, but girl just went up 50 levels. It's insane. I was just like, what? You're gorgeous, Peyton. You're awesome, but now you have just like crossed into this new level of like super sexy awesome girl, and I love you. But seriously, that whole scene was hilarious, and then it just led up to freaking Liv having a super long vision, which the super long visions, what I loved how in this episode the writers like keyed into, like everybody else knows when she's having a vision and they're just kind of like waiting for it. I really love that, especially when she had the vision in the morgue and they were kind of just like, oh yeah, she's having a vision. Oh yeah, they were just chatting. Like, that was really cool. Little, like, you know, just the little details in this show that they add to when you're just getting so used to like being around zombies. Like, they're so used to this, it's just the normal. And even Peyton says it in the episode where Liv's like, oh, you're probably really freaked out right now. She's like, no, zombie talking to ghost ex-boyfriend, I call that a Tuesday. Like, it's just, I love how it's just so normal now for everybody, and that kind of just puts into perspective what happens later on in the episode, but I'll talk about that at the end. Before I jump over to the Blaine freaking Mr. Boss whole situation, I kind of just want to point out the whole zombie kids. Like, I was not expecting that, and I want to know where that's going to go, because those kids were like, oh, it looks like they got a zombie working for the police now. I was just like, whoa, 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 I was not expecting that. So, was it possible, which I don't know if it is possible, but could it have been that the girl's dad that hung himself, could it have been possible that he was actually a zombie? And did Liv just eat zombie brain? Like, was that possible? I don't think so. But, I don't know. That's really interesting because I want to know. In this whole series, have we ever had a zombie eat a zombie brain? What does that do to that? But now let's go over to Mr. Boss being a boss. I just want to shout out writers. Thank you. I mean, I know it went south for Mr. Boss later, but I love that he just showed up to Blaine's house and he capped him twice. And he was like, oh, were you going to want a monologue? Were you going to want to tell me your evil plan? All that kind of bullshit. Because that is how villains should be. That's how it should be. You should freaking just pop off who you're gonna kill. I know Blaine loves to freaking torture his people, and we saw it in this episode too, which that's my only flaw with evil Blaine, is he gives too many chances. He's still kind of like a nice guy, but Blaine, these guys, Mr. Boss literally tried to kill you twice in this damn episode, and you still wanted him on your team. I don't know what kind of business strategy that is. You know, my freaking, you know, make your enemies your friends or whatever, but I don't think that's very smart. We saw Mr. Boss try to kill Blaine, but then he finally found out that zombies exist, and Blaine was kind of just, you know, messing with him and doing all of that shit. And then, like I said, he was trying to give him a business proposition, and he tried to kill Blaine, and Blaine was all like, oh, he was like, dude, look, I'm fucking indestructible, although I don't know how Mr. Boss has never seen a damn zombie movie. Go for the head. Even if you were trying to murder somebody, wouldn't you want to just shoot him in the head? Are you trying to make him suffer? If I killed somebody because, like, Mr. Boss did that, they slit Blaine's throat and put him in the ground. If he came back, if you know that you slit his freaking throat, why wouldn't you just automatically shoot somebody in the face? I know I'm not the only one that thought that. Like, seriously, at that point, it's like you're dealing with a ghost. I'm going straight for the brains. I don't care what kind of monster this is. I'm just going for face shots. But no, you're gonna shoot him twice in the chest, Mr. Boss? You're crazy. And then you get another chance and you go for the neck? What is your problem? Did you want him to just stop talking? Like, come on, Mr. Boss. But anyways, we saw that Blaine was having trouble getting his brain business to go global, and now Mr. Boss is going to start working for him, which life comes at you fast, am I right? So now that's how Blaine is going to get his business to go global, because Mr. Boss is going to start working with him. But again, I don't think that's such a bright idea. This is Mr. Boss. Homeboy has got connections. Why wouldn't he just send a whole mob of people to go kill Blaine and blow him up and cut him up into a million pieces? You know? Because you know he's got dudes like that on the payroll. But whatever. I'm not Blaine. I don't run a zombie crazy business. So maybe he just knows way better than I do. Now there's a little bit more I want to say about Blaine, but I can't really say that until we talk about the whole Donnie and Ravi situation. Because man, that shit is going south fast. So we know from the last episode that our freaking zombie hunter guys are all about, they caught Donnie and they're all about live streaming this shit and they want to make him go full-blown zombie. And we know that once you go Romero, as Liv would say, there's no coming back. Like, you're officially done, you're a zombie, you just got to get shot in the head or be a zombie forever. And that's what, you know, Donnie's going to eventually get to. Luckily, Ravi's in the group, and he can try to save Donnie. And, of course, Donnie still being Donnie, he fucked Ravi over a little bit by, you know, he's like, oh, yeah, the phone's in my butt cheeks. But it was actually in his thing. Like, that's fucked up. Donnie, seriously? You got jokes in the face of danger? That's actually, I guess, keep your sense of humor. Like, that's cool. But still, man, come on, bro. But anyways, so we saw that. And shit got heated. Like, we saw that at the end after, you know, Rachel. Ooh, Rachel's back. I'm so glad she was in this episode. She's so cute. But yeah, we saw Rachel show up and join the group. And Ravi was just like, oh, shit. And, you know, like, you can tell that Rachel's not as crazy as these other guys. She doesn't want anything to happen. And we saw that from the group, too. She just wants to photograph a zombie, but she's not all about torturing them and everything. And Ravi knows all about zombies. Like, if they freaking torture Donnie, like, he could eventually die. Like, that's what could happen because zombies feel pain. I mean, they're, like, indestructible, like what was happening with Blaine, but you can still kill a zombie. So once Ravi got the burner phone, he had the biggest millennial problem ever, and I swear I'm even part of this, is not remembering numbers. Like, that is so crazy. I cannot tell you one number that I remember right now that is not my own, and that's why I always tell myself, I'm all like, dude, if anything ever happens to you, one, you better hope your phone actually has your whole list of numbers, or 2, you're able to get Twitter or something on there so you can post to people, be like, bitch, I'm in trouble, come save me. Because remembering numbers is not something I do anymore. I used to do that back in high school, but now that I freaking have iCloud and shit, I'm just like, yeah, bitch, I got all the numbers, until you run out of battery and then you're fucked. So nice touch there, writers, but that sucked for Ravi, and the only person that was on that damn phone was Blaine, and of course he wasn't answering because he was dealing with Mr. Boss. But then we finally got through to Blaine, and Ravi was just like, bitch, come save me! And that led to Blaine showing up to Liv's house after she just banged out Justin, and he was all like, yeah, is Peyton here? That's cold. But at the same time, he was all like, do you want to go kick some ass? And that was one of my favorite scenes, if not my favorite scene in this episode. Actually, that's a lie. The freaking, Liv Peyton thing was my favorite scene. But second favorite scene was when Liv and Blaine were getting into zombie mode. He freaking burned her hand and she went all crazy, and she started hitting his head on the freaking dashboard, and metal music came out, and they were like, that was awesome. And I was hoping that the freaking episode was gonna end with them breaking in there, but apparently that's gonna happen for the next episode. It looks like all hell is gonna break loose on the next episode, so I can't wait for that. But the biggest thing that happened in this episode was Ravi standing between the freaking crazy dudes before they were gonna go ahead and kill kill Donnie, or like fuck with Donnie by cattle prodding him and all that stuff, because they got 100,000 views. 100,000 views, Zombie Hunter guys, let me just tell you something. That really ain't shit anymore on YouTube, because advertisers are pulling out and nobody's making any ad revenue anymore and all that shit. So yeah, but I want to talk about freaking Ravi standing between Donnie and the crazy zombie hunter dudes, because if that is not symbolism or a metaphor for how people should be today, standing up for other people that are different or people that can't defend themselves, I don't fucking know what is. Because we had a group of people that do not give a fuck about zombies. They don't care that they're real people or that they have emotions or any of that kind of stuff. No, they don't care about that at all. All they want is freaking zombies dead, and they don't give a fuck. But we have Ravi, a person that is actually thinking clearly, and that's all like, maybe we should get to know these people. Just because they're different doesn't mean that they're bad fucking people. He literally puts his life on the line to protect Donnie, and fuck yes, Ravi, you are a badass. You get the real MVP of the episode. But, it's hard to deal. You're going up against Peyton, but I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to give it to you. Bravo. You stood up in the face of danger. But, man, that scene was fucking awesome. And, yeah, I don't know. Ravi's had 2 of the best moments in this thing. When he called out Blaine, which was one of my favorite parts in this season, was he called out Blaine, and now standing up between him and Donnie, that shit was good. Also, that whole little heroic thing going on there might score you some points with Rachel. That might be cool. Besides that awesome moment, we learned that there is a bigger player. There is somebody lurking in the shadows in this freaking show right now, because somebody's trying to cover up a huge murder. We had the dominatrix murder, a memory card's missing, and apparently there is a trail of bodies that is going to lead up to somebody that wants all of this to go shh. So we learned that after Liv ate the brain, she found out that the guy actually did kill the dominatrix because she found him stealing that memory card. But she also found out that he didn't kill himself. He was hung by a security guard. Then it turns out that freaking security guard happened to get some money and went on a cruise and apparently committed. A damn memory card would shut off right now, but yes, the security guard just so happened to fall over the cruise and drown or die or whatever, so happened to. Apparently he had a lot of margaritas and he was the king of the world, and he fell over the boat and he died. And so now all the suspects are gone, but somebody is making all of this shit happen because none of it makes any damn sense. Also, we found out from freaking Zombie Girls that something is happening. Somebody's watching Zombie Girl because she didn't want to talk, and she was just like, oh yeah, no, the voices told him. So we know that somebody else is playing along with this shit. And also we found out from the Asian dude that was in the interrogation room that Liv kicked his ass and totally made, I love Peyton made a freaking Ninja Turtle reference, which was really, really awesome. We found out from him that it was a security guard, and that's what led to this whole crazy big conspiracy that's going on, and the person I think it is Chase Graves or Fillmore Graves, the company. Because I'm telling you, I don't really trust Fillmore Graves anymore, and they would have the power to cover up a lot of this kind of shit. Maybe Chase Graves is on that damn memory card. I don't know. I feel like we can't trust Fillmore Graves at the moment. My original theory was Mr. Boss was probably had to do something with that, but after we just saw Mr. Boss get punked out on this episode, I don't think he has the kind of power anymore, and to have the kind of power to get into a jail cell and then kill somebody on a cruise and do all this other bullshit, it has to be somebody bigger, and we found out that little zombie girl, or the daughter of that guy that hung himself, was actually a zombie. So who else is cool with zombies but would need to be would need to make other people quiet? And I think it's freaking Fillmore Graves. And we only got a few more episodes to find out the answer. Tune in next time on Dragon. No, that's the wrong show. But I do want to know what you guys thought of this episode. I was really excited. Like, especially, like I said, the whole scene at the end was pretty crazy. But zombie kids and freaking just everything going on in this episode was really awesome. But next week looks hella exciting because it just looks like people are shooting shit. Zombies are breaking through windows. I cannot wait for next week. But I do want to know what you guys thought of this episode in the comment sections down below. Don't forget, if you ever want to support the channel, you can check out the Patreon like these awesome people did. Or you can just do the OG thing and give this video a like and share it with all your iZombie buddies. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for all things nerdy and geeky on this channel. As always, I am your host, JUICEbox. Remember, when you wake up in the morning, ask yourself something. If I'm a daily dose of juice, see you guys next time. Peace!